So we just had one of the most powerful day of the year, Tisha B'Av, today. And Tisha B'Av is one of the darkest moments of the year, but it's also one of the most holy moment of the year with the most light. That's one of the most important thing in Kabbalah. It's to be able to understand what is not understood, understand what's hidden, and obviously therefore it involves everything about light and darkness. God is hiding, the spiritual world is hiding, and since we're little kids we play peekaboo and hide and seek, and we need to continue playing the game as adults and find the truth about how the world works. This is what Kabbalah is about. Why you're here in this group? What are you looking for? And I challenge you to ask the question, what if you could bring one question about what's the thing that you want to know the most in your heart and soul, and post it, put it in the post in the comment with the questions, or as a post, and I will accept it. What is the main question you have? The most important question of your life, what is it? Because maybe it's here that you're going to find it. So speaking about light and darkness, I would like to share a few quotes that has to do with light and darkness. Again, Kabbalah is all about understanding how the light and darkness work together. The only question that Moshe Rabbeinu, Moses, couldn't answer, couldn't understand, and asked God, and God say, I can't explain to you the full picture, was why do good people suffer and evil people prosper? Well, we cannot have the full grasp, because that's understanding the full picture. Until once you understand the full picture, the more freedom of choice the world is over. There needs to be something hidden in order to keep it an adventure, in order to keep growing and go through the darkness, bring our own light in the darkness, and transcend the challenge. So this is the same reason why the most secret mitzvah, commandment in the Torah is paraduma, which is called a chok, a decree of the red cow, the decree of the red cow. What's happening? The Kohen, the priest, who is holy and pure, needs to come and then purify the people with the water, with the ashes of the red cow, and the people become pure, and the one who is pure becomes impure. As if to say that the process of purifying the world is going to make you impure. It sounds like it should not be like that, right? But the process that we're in the world, you have to be ready to give up something in order to bring the light. You have to be ready to give up some purity, to allow yourself to go down, to allow others to go up. Doesn't mean you cannot go back up. You will go back up, and you go even higher up than before. But it's almost the process of, unless you yourself go down for others, you humble yourself, work and sacrifice certain things for others, like we do with our kids, our loved ones, then you will never be able to reach true pure light. And that's why all of Kabbalah is about true love, about working on your character traits, being clean, being loving, being humble, being happy, being positive. You want to understand Kabbalah, you have to work on your character traits. The more you work on your character traits, the more refined you are, the more your body will access your soul, because your soul is pure and holy and all that. And by the way, the soul is ready to go into your body and to lower itself, to elevate the body to a higher level, and to elevate herself then this way in the higher level. But first, it has to come in this body that goes to the bathroom and is dirty, right? But we know Yerida Tzarech Aliyah is go down or to go back up. So let me read for you a few quotes that have to do with Kabbalah, with light and darkness. So God created darkness. Why? Only in order to earn our own light. That's why there's darkness. If we want to earn our own light, we need to be put in a dark place so that the light is acquired. It's not just given as a gift. That's why in this world, that's why this world is dark on some level, at least in illusion, in an optical illusion way. And that enables us to not see the truth and still persevere and do whatever we can to achieve the truth. Darkness is the gift created to bring more light than ever before. There was light. God created light first, but then he created darkness, but only for the purpose to bring even more light. If you are in the light and then you go in the darkness for a few days and then go out, the light will be so powerful, right? So it's the same concept on a spiritual level. Earn your righteousness. That's why we are here. We need to earn your righteousness. So we need darkness, confusion, hiddenness, secrets, and work through that and earn your righteousness. Difficulties are opportunities for real growth. Every difficulty is a challenge. Everything is here to make you grow. So if you look at it as an opportunity for growth and not darkness, and not as evil, then everything changes. Real good is only acquired when things are hard. If I am comfortable, I am not growing. We are so comfortable here in this world, in our generation, more than anybody else ever in history. And what? We're still complaining about every little thing, especially people who live, the average. Even the poor people in America technically live better than most of the people in the world. But we get so used to things and we get so comfortable with things. So if you're comfortable, you're not stretching, you're not really growing. You want to grow, you gotta stretch, you have to be out of your comfort zone. Appreciate and even celebrate problems. Whenever you have a problem, it's not here to put you down, it's here to challenge you. Celebrate it. That's what makes you grow. Only moments of real darkness can give me the ability to earn the highest light. The greatest heroes come from the deepest darkness. The people who have suffered the most are the people who have achieved the most. If they're able to go back up, they have to persevere. But it's a reality. Greatest hero are people who have suffered the most. Usually the people who have made the most change are people who went through the most. We've seen the stories of the Torah. We didn't have simple individuals. They all went through a lot. Think of King David, who was rejected by his parents and they thought he was a bastard, and then right, so many things. He was alone. Everybody wanted to kill him, even his own son. And what? He brought the greatest light. He was one of the greatest human beings that ever existed. But he had to go through all the challenge. All the Psalms are from him, most of the Psalms. And he teaches us, he takes all his struggles and his darkness and he turns it into song. Now that's transforming darkness into light. Can you take the darkness in your life and make it a song out about it? If not, then you didn't reach yet the level of bringing light to your darkness, to your challenge, to your pain, to your suffering. A true good action is when I have to transcend myself to do it. Otherwise, if you don't transcend, you're not involved. There's no real free choice. You didn't transcend yourself. You didn't make a thing that makes you go to the next level. Because you're just the same. You're the same. You're like dead. You're American dream to do nothing. Right? Love the work. You have to love work and you have to appreciate the state of effort. If you learn to love effort and to love work, then it's going to be much easier for you. Enjoy the fact that it's all a process. Yes, it's difficult. Yes, it's painful. Yes, it's suffering. But all this, I use as a tool to have some resilience and to grow and to be stronger. Then it's all worth it. Thank Hashem for the struggle. To be really called good and righteous, you need to break your uncomfortable life. Going against your nature is your purpose. The Vinaya Gaon says, that you were created to break your character traits. That's all. That's all. The only reason. Because when you break your character traits, you're changing. You're making a change in the world. If you're here not to make any change, just to pass and go through life and then just live and die, then why are you here in the first place? No, the whole point of being here is to change something. How you change something? To go from darkness to light, or to bring more light to some light already, to be creative. But the main thing is to be able to break, to go against your nature. When you go against your nature, you're changing something, you're elevating something, so it becomes real purpose. Everything that bothers you is an opportunity for breaking your physical laziness and tap into real spirituality. Right? So every moment that you have a little something annoying, something you're angry about, something that bothers you, it's an opportunity. Or you hurt yourself, you have some pain, or you have someone who cutting you off just on the road, right? Everything is here for you to have an opportunity to break your physical laziness or your emotional laziness and change and work on yourself and tap into your spirituality. That's the secret of life. Then your entire day becomes an adventure. All the challenge of your day becomes an opportunity to grow and become stronger and wiser and more emotional and more sensitive and more loving. Physicality. So listen to that one. It was my favorite quote. Physicality, pain, suffering, difficulties are the pathways to love, light, good, and God. Yep, that's the secret, my friends. And if it is easy, you haven't worked nor earned it yet. So we need to reimagine, redecorate, re-envision our lives and completely change the way we look at our pain, our suffering, our challenges. Because yes, we all suffer. Some people are abused, some people are sick, some people, whatever, just all types of pains. And how do we survive that? I mean, we have been surviving. Most people have survived, but we don't have just to survive. We can live, because the moment you realize that all the pain and the suffering can be used and transformed into something, positive, that makes you into a better person. It's all here to challenge you, to see how you're gonna react, how you're gonna become a better person and change your character traits and learn and help and transcend. It's like you have a coach. A coach knows. So you ask why I'm suffering more than the other. Okay, suffering, fine, challenges. But why I'm suffering more than the other? Why me? Because some people, they have a greater soul than others. And the coach, Hashem, God, coach, he knows which one of the athlete, which one of the basketball player has the most potential. So he's going to take the player with the most potential and he's going to give him all the hardest workout and the hardest challenge. Say, why me? Say, why you? Because you're so great, because you have so much potential. And I'm pushing you to the border so that you become someone like no one else. So why me? Because of that. It's not because you're worse or you're bad and worse than other people or you should be punished. That's a bit Christian philosophy. Suffer pain, punishment, No. Not in Judaism. Judaism is all a sign of tremendous greatness and potential. Otherwise, why would God care to hurt you for no reason? This is absurd. So everything has a purpose, and darkness is the greatest purpose, because it's not the greatest purpose. Light is the greatest purpose, but the way to light is through darkness. I'll give a last example. Again, that birth. As Jewish people, we always say, that the end of time is going to be like a birth. The birth of the Moshiach, the birth of the Redeemer. Because the birth, what happens? Women can die through birth. It's life danger. It's threatening. It's contraction. It's pain. It's suffering. It's blood. But what comes out of that? Of that most difficult moment, physical moment in life from nature? Nature itself tells you that to give birth to something new, beautiful, you have to go through something intense and difficult. It's a process. This is how this world works. So we need to transcend the physical, to fight with love, fight with passion, fight with perseverance and resilience. And God willing, if we do that, we'll access in this world already, but for sure in the next world, a taste of the true light, which is God, but a light that you have earned because you have worked for it. You have worked to achieve goodness. You didn't just accept it. You worked to have a relationship with God, to become closer to God. How do you get closer to God? By working on yourself. Then that's what Kabbalah is all about. All the secrets of Kabbalah is to teach you that system. But so it can be a very scientific term, but if you put in a very simple term, then you're able to live your life as a simple individual, understand the system, and learn to navigate between light and darkness, and bring everything into light throughout your day and life. So may we all be able to become light seekers and darkness transformers, transform darkness into light. And please ask your questions that you have about how the work works or whatever it is that you're truly looking. At least ask one question so that everybody can learn from you for the question and from the answer. If you don't ask questions, you'll never find answers. If you're not curious, you'll never find secrets. If you don't ask, you have no answer. So may you all find the right question.